She said she'd be at her mom's house this evening. It's about Thursday night, maybe October 9th, '82. So I was in my office, and when she called, and it was like, I could feel like, you know, when you're the astronauts and you see that they say, okay, the engines are going, you know? And I didn't know what was happening, but I could feel like everything was quaking, but it was just quiet in my desk. And so I said, well, can I come over and talk tonight? And she said, sure, about 7:30, sure. So I went over there, and Joyce's mom, I want to talk about your mom.
Yeah, my mom was so cute. She was so excited and so anxious. She didn't know what to do. So she went in the kitchen and made tea and cookies, and so I had Greg in, and we sat down in their formal living room, and we're sitting next to each other on the couch. And like, so how's, you know, he asked me how the drive was, and I said, oh, it was boring, you know. So how are the kids? The kids are okay, okay. And so my mom brings the cookies, and we're having cookies and tea. And then you told me about something.
I had a trip I had already planned with my sister, the one that Joyce has mentioned, and her husband, also a lawyer, in Hawaii. A week from Sunday, on Sunday the 17th, I was going to fly to Washington, D.C. with other lawyers from Hawaii to be admitted to the Supreme Court. And I had this trip planned. And so I said to Joyce, how would you like to go to Washington, D.C. with me a week from Sunday morning for this trip to the Supreme Court and so forth?
And I said, cool, I've never been to Washington, D.C. That's really great.
And that was how her face looked. So because she was so enthusiastic about that, I guess that kind of emboldened me, you know, with the go past the point of no return button. And I said to her, as a honeymoon.
So I'm thinking we were going to talk about dating.
I never won much for a sense of timing. So her face suddenly went, it wasn't like a deer caught in the headlights, but suddenly her face turned very intense. It was like Mona Lisa. I couldn't tell if it was a smile or a frown or what. She sat there for a second, looked at me, and then she said, okay. Yeah, okay.